All right. Well, I've got Todd Rundgren here. Todd, you're in town for the Damned If You Do tour here in San Antonio on the 19th of June. You're at the Tobin Center for the Performing Arts. I saw the subtitle of the tour is Back by Popular Demand, the Fan Favorites Classics Return. My thought on that was I saw the Me We tour when you were here, and that
hmm
seemed mainly deep tracks, which I love. Do you enjoy doing a greatest hits set or a deep set? Does it matter?
Well, there is no such thing as sort of a greatest hits tour for me. The show would be over in 20 minutes, as I don't have a long string of AM hits that people would recognize, and that's
You
part of the
played,
problem.
you did play a 10-minute medley at the end of the Me We tour, though.
I did, and that delighted some people and enraged other people because they
That's
wanted to hear the
right.
whole song.
Right.
And that's trying to address that. See, I figured that the audience in general breaks down into kinds of two kinds of listeners. Some people, and I hope most people, come and they want to hear a performance. They want to hear what I have to say. And hopefully I'll play some things that they recognize and would enjoy hearing. And then there's people who come to hear a specific song.
Right.
And that's where you get into trouble because, if it goes too long without them hearing that song, they start to get very antsy. They start to get indignant about every song you play that isn't the song that they came to hear.
Right.
And so it's trying to figure out a happy medium between those things, has
Right.
been the challenge at this point. And I'm going to try a couple of things. One, just move some of that more familiar material up earlier into the show, so that people get to hear some of the things that they came to hear without having to wait an hour or whatever.
Hey, I had was thinking about when MTV first started. You were one of the first videos because there, as I mean, they were playing all the British acts because they all had videos. So you've been, doing the music videos, and then you got into the internet stuff pretty heavy in the '90s. I was going to say, are you, and of course now it's social media, but are you currently using AI, or are you considering, do you have plans to do anything with AI?
I haven't discovered an AI that does anything convincingly musical for me. It's hard to be original from from the base in terms of the basic idea. If you ask AI to write a song about something, it's just going to be cutting and pasting stuff together. It only knows what everybody else is listening to already. So I don't feel any sort of pressure or competition from it.
Right.
It hasn't figured out how to do what I do yet.
I know that back in the day you did engineering, producing, worked with some great artists and bands, The Band, Badfinger, Grand Funk, Meat Loaf, one of the biggest selling albums of all time. Have you kind of given that up at this point, or are people not seeking you out, or what's going on with the
Well, I think
producing?
that that the whole thing has changed when the internet became the primary source of music for the incoming audience. Older people, they didn't take to it right away, but younger people, they stopped going to record stores and buying records and started getting all their music from the internet. And I kind of I've gone with that flow, but it changed the way that music is consumed and also the way that it's made. People don't rarely listen to like a whole album anymore. The most important thing to make is a song of some quality, and so that's where the production has all gone to. And so you'll see an album by an artist, and it'll be a different lineup of writers and producers on every song.
Mhm.
And there might be, five writers and three producers on one song. So my whole thing used to be, take an act, identify what it is that needs to be done for them, and then we get to work and do that. Nowadays, it's, kind of people throw you scraps of things and say, here, tart this up a little bit, you know, make this sound better or whatever, and then they'll pass it on to somebody else after that. It's got so many fingerprints on it that it's hard to identify when anybody is done. But the whole object is to create a meme, you know, a song that everybody wants to hear.
Yeah. If you had to pick your favorite of the bands or artists that you produced, who would you say was your favorite?
Well, it's kind of like I would say in terms of the working relationship, it's kind of a tie between um, Cheap Trick and the Pursuit of Happiness. Both, you know, basically guitar bands, but they knew so much what they were doing when they came into the studio. They knew exactly what they were supposed to do, and they did it, you know, and we wouldn't spend a whole lot of torturous time, you know, trying to squeeze a record out. You know, it just kind of flows out. And that's kind of, that's sort of, you know, not every record can be like that, but it's sort of like the dream, you know, like when the Beatles recorded their first album in 11 hours, you know, in one long marathon session. You wish that every record was like that.
It seems like you're staying busy, you know, with the tours. You know, if I go on, you know, online and look at music, you know, seems to be a lot of releases. Think you can keep this pace up, you know, at our advanced age, so to speak?
The thing that really slows you down is when you stop moving, when you let the aches in your body determine what you will do, instead of you saying, screw you, I'm going to do it anyway, you know, that sort of thing. So it takes, you know, it takes more and more concentration of willpower the older you get. But I still enjoy it. I still feel there's work to be done, and I'm going to continue to do it.
I saw where you had mentioned in another interview that you like to, you know, go out and adventure when you go to cities, and I was going to say San Antonio. You mentioned New Orleans is one of your favorite spots, but I was going to say, how about San Antonio?
It is one of them.
San Antonio.
I always look forward to it. Sometimes I don't have enough time to enjoy it,
Yeah.
and then sometimes it's too damn hot to enjoy.
Oh,
but yeah, but if everything, you know, if I get a day off, and I certainly hope to have a day off, a whole day, then I like to, you know, walk that river walk all the way down to the where the brewery is.
Right. Pearl Brewery.
Yeah.
Pearl.
And just it's a delightful way to spend an afternoon walking along the river.
I saw that on your website or whatever that this spirit of harmony, and you've got something that goes along with the show that you're going to get somebody up on stage.
Yeah. So I got this idea, you know, people still want to hear the song. Why don't we have a little sweepstakes where they can enter and they can have an opportunity to have their name drawn from the sweepstakes and come up on stage and play the drum for Bang the Drum All Day. This is all managed through the spiritofharmony.org, which is our music education nonprofit. Our mission essentially is to get, ideally, music education back into the schools. Anybody's got a music program, they need some help, they're looking for to get connected to resources that they need. That's what we do. We're the eHarmony of music programs. You need guitar picks, we'll hook you up with somebody like Gibson to, you know, help you get your program going.
So, damned if you do, June 19th, Tobin Center here in San Antonio. I'm looking forward to it. There's still good tickets for the show. And so you got plenty of time, get your tickets. And like I said, maybe you'll get on stage and get to play the drums.
Two drums. You get two drums to play. Okay.
Well, hey, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Like I said, we're looking forward to it, to see you again. Yeah. Take care.
We'll see you on the 19th.
All right. Take care, man.